Oh well. It is what it is. Where were we? We were down the back. Okay. Well, that's pretty. Yeah, okay. Same motto the old man had earlier. Guard, stranger, magical looking building. Hello. The guard's mask covers his face, but can't hold his faintly contemptuous eyes. The truncheon at his waist emits a faint glow when he touches it and speaks to you. What do you need? What's with the magic stick you've got? Like it? Made it myself. Lets me know when someone's lying to me. Oh, and I filled it with lead, so it hits a fuck of a lot harder than the standard issue. Why are you stationed here? Punishment, I guess? Looked off to the commander a few too many times, and he reckoned I needed some spiritual guidance. Haven't found anything like that so far, though. What are you doing here anyway? Doesn't seem like the kind of place that needs guards. You'd be shocked at what, quote-unquote, religious people get up to, mate. They figure they get preached at. They get dispensation to be the biggest shitlickers in the city. Got any good stories about the congregants here? Yeah, actually. I'd love to hear one. Once had a fancy pants gold bloke with his Sheila, flat out busted by his real missus. Ah ha ha! She came in here mad as a cut snake. Took me and my mate a bit of time to get her off him. Tore his mask off, half blinded him, took his lip. Don't put your dick in crazy, mate. Any more stories? Fights, stabbings, fires. Just a week ago I spent most of my shift putting out a fire some dillweed set by smoking near the bookshelves. So much fumble stuff around here, you'd be surprised. Got a few more questions. Okay, that's it. Bye! Keep it clean. The skinny man's garment is sloppy and slightly stained. The odor of the unwashed wafts from him. Not overpoweringly, but noticeably. The mask doesn't cover the liver spots on his bald head or the wrinkles on his neck. Welcome to the Temple of Knowledge, Seeker. How can I help you? I was curious about the history of Kalgoorlie and heard you're the man. You heard right. I wrote a book, in fact. I dug through the city-sold records and its histories, separating fact from fiction. A peevish tone enters his voice. Apparently it wasn't sufficiently masturbatory because they locked it away in City Hall. Huh. But you didn't come here for my whinging. Okay, so, let's get to it. Where do you want to start? Before the great fuck-up or after? You know, beyond Thunderbox. Give me the history of Kalgoorlie before the war. Major gold town, founded about 250 years ago during the gold rush. One thing led to another, and next thing you know, the place was the biggest draw in the west. Lots of mines, combined with about 150 years ago into the Fimiston super pit. I said it was the largest in the world. But around 100 years ago, the gold started to run dry. They needed to do something with that enormous hole, and the politicians figured the best use would be a science lab for experiments that, well, honestly, I've got no idea what those experiments were. Particles or something. When the bombs dropped, everything in the lab slipped out of place. The world got shivery. Most everyone working in the pit that day got vaporized. And that was the end of old Kalgoorlie. What happened after the war? At first it was a ghost town. Literally. Scavengers said they saw things that vanished. Damned souls. Monsters in the streets. A scientist named Gwen Gold heard these stories and returned to Kalgoorlie with a band of eggheads and explorers. You might have seen the statue to her in the plaza. Oh, that's for her! Okay. She studied the shiver in the pit and mastered its secrets. Better yet, she learned to harness it. She built the academy to train her people in logic, rigor, and focus. She was the first mage, though I hesitate to use the term, and used her power to reshape the city and its surrounds. They were making a whole new society from scratch. Instead of half-arsing it, one of her chums was researching the topic in the library in his off hours. In Plato's Republic, he saw Gwen's last name was the metal of the philosopher kings in the book. Appealed to her vanity, I guess, because that became the model for Kalgoorlie. Why'd they hide your book? Probably because I didn't praise Gwen Gold enough. In fact, I dug into some of the personal accounts of her crew kept, and turns out she was a bit of, how to say this diplomatically, a monster. In fairness, she was brilliant, never doubt that. She expected people to live up to her standards. She pushed her assistants hard, made them take risks she wouldn't, and I suspect took credits for some of their work. For instance, she wasn't the first mage, she was just the first one that didn't blow up. She was always a big picture person, focused on building a better world for her community, sure, but she had no care for the people who stood in the way. So this is the problem with my book. I was just honest. I didn't write a hagiography. Since they locked away all the other source materials at the same time as my book, I reckon they want a particular flavour of history for the official record. The truth wasn't good enough for them. Yet, not that I'm bitter or anything. Anyone else here know this history? The new kid, Graffin. For the fella who replaced me, he's not half bad. I know he's been looking through other histories and putting pieces together. Got a few other questions? I can only imagine how many books and papers have been hidden from the people of Kalgoorlie to keep people in line. Doesn't that worry you? Of course it does. I'm a gold. I'm meant to explore thought and debate every conclusion I can think of. But what I desire means nothing to the ones I empower. Okay. I came here looking for truth. He snorts. Truth? Alright, the world is shit. People in power are manipulating you for their benefit. And we're all gonna die one day. Some sooner than others. The truth in the words of Kalgoorlie is wisest. It's a mishmash fiction used to pander and dominate the minds of the workers. Nuts and bolts added on any time someone has a vaguely interesting spiritual idea. Tell me a bit about yourself, would you? He sighs. Officially, I'm a subdeacon of the Church of Kalgoorlie. Unofficially, I'm one of the former councillors of the city, put out to pasture to make room for the new crop of hotheads rising up to the ranks of the gold class. Never mind the merits, never mind the years of service I put in. He pauses. I mean, I suppose it's all right that I'm here. Some of my cohort are just writing treatises that no one will ever read, pretending to be useful till they die. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Doesn't help me at all, but that's interesting. So we knew they were fabricating things to keep the people in line, but now we specifically, hey, smell, know what they were fabricating. Hey, Noodles. She says it like you turning up is the most natural thing in the world. Ugh, I forgot this kid was the one who called me Noodles. Have you seen my dad? He said he'd bring me my football once he was done talking to the people in silver masks. Your mum said your dad's dead. Nothing like traumatizing children. She balls her hands into fists. Then she's a filthy liar. My dad's coming here, and he's going to get me and take me home. What does dad look like? Yeah, okay. Sorry, kid. See you around. Bye, Noodles. Jeez, she is unflappable. Get over here, Cole. Keep it moving, mate. What's this tower? His answer's practically by rote. You can see his eyes glaze as he recites. This is the Ivanhoe head frame, originally brought to Kalgoorlie in 1946 from the Big Bell gold mine. It was used to hoist heavy machinery and equipment from the Ivanhoe mine until the mid-1970s when the gold ran out. It contains over 100 tons of steel. Why are you stationed here? The mine's tapped out, but the head frame's the highest point for kilometres. It's got great sight lines, so it's the perfect place for our broadcasting equipment. We're here to, pardon my language, keep people from fucking with it. Bye! It's hideous, can I just say. Crash. Oh, this is school. Gotta crash a few eggs to... Oh, you want to say crack? I don't know. Don't know. Okay, yeah, we're back at the Magic Academy. I guess in we go in a sec. General theory of John M. Keynes. I don't know the man. Okay, magical aptitude. Oh, does this mean I get forced to work here in the city and I can't leave? Because that could be problematic. Hey, Keen. Keen. Hey, mate, welcome back. What can I do for you? You feel a slight tingle as he regards you, almost like sunlight breaking through the shade of a tree's leaves. He breaks into a smile. Clerk at City Hall sent you, did he? Wonderful. Normally this is where I'd test you for magic, but I can see you've already had your potential unblocked by one of our most rigorous assessors. He frowns. Haven't seen that sigil in a while. Anyway, you get to skip ahead. Let's look for where you belong, your other aptitudes. You'll get 3 tests, one for each of the pillars that support Kalgoorlie. The first one is for bronze, the labourers who hold the city together. The second is for silver, the guardians. The third is for gold, and the thinkers and guides. We're all equal, all important, and all in this together. One of us falls, the others do too. I'm just worried that if I complete it, I can't leave the city. You know? Imprisonment and all that. Although they wouldn't call it that, of course. It's important that we get this right. If we put you someplace you don't belong, you won't thrive. If you don't thrive, the city decays. Like I said, we're all in this together. He said as you briefly. Right, so let's get you down to the bronze housing. We'll see how you do in the factory. Complete the bronze test inside the factory. Yeah, I don't know that I like the sound of that. do I have to go back to the, like, actual factory? I just came from there, damn it. Okay, back we go. All the way across the fudging city. I didn't notice there were that many people at the pub. Holy shit. Oh, it's a shooting range. Over here. Okay, so what's my test? Where's my test? Guess we talk to the foreman, Ollie? Ollie? Why does this game hate me? Okay, Justin Keane sent me as part of the citizenship test, I guess. Right then, I reckon Keane told you what this was about, but I'll fill you in. He didn't. I'm Ollie Masters, boss of the production line. You get assigned here. I'm your boss too. Yeah, no, we've already spoken. He gives you a hard stare with a bronze class. Yeah, that means we're in charge of everything in the city you can touch. Factory, farms, roads, sewers, you name it. It's dirty work. If you'd rather play copper or, I don't know, drink tea and gab all day, it's another class for you. Bronze is hard work. And mate, you best believe we're proud to do it. No space for bludgers here. Everything you see in Kalgoorlie is our sweat and labour. Without us, the city falls. He hitches his belt. Right. Ready to work? Sure. What do I do? Pretty basic, really. We'll park you next to a moving belt. Parts and pieces come down the belt. You sort them into usable or broken bins. Doesn't require a ton of brain power, but definitely needs a keen eye. Okay, are the people here happy? You can ask them yourself, as long as you don't spend too much time. I reckon they're happy enough. We've got a purpose and we've got a place, which is more than most people have. That's the spirit, mate. Right then, let's get you to the line. The boxing machine squeaks and shakes as its wide, patchy belt rotates along a string of rollers. Again, it's not moving. A covered chute leads into the machine. A metal door on the side looks like it houses the controls, and thick cables snake off into the building. Right, Ollie slaps the side of the machine. See this junky old conveyor belt? We call it Scrappy. Should be carrying scrap materials harvested by other teams. You'll see a lot of crap you don't need to worry about. Your job is to grab anything with more than half a kilo of metal in it and toss it into the wheelie bin. Easy peasy, yeah? If you don't have any questions, I'll let them know to start dumping the loads and get loads on and get the Scrappy running. Okay, why is sorting all this crap the test? You'd be surprised at how many people can't muster enough attention to do the job right. If you haven't got an eye for detail, this isn't the job for you. He pauses. Plus, it's the work that needs to get done. You say the setup's janky. How about I fix it? Mate, if you can fix it, I'll give you the highest marks on the test. But if you try and wind up breaking it, I'm going to fail you. I'd rather have 50% efficiency than 0. Grand. Let me know when you're finished. The machine spins and squeaks. You hear, oh, okay. Well, I was hoping Cole could fix it, but Cole ain't here. I don't have any points in Tinker. You hear the rattle and thump of ancient crap dumped into the hopper. A stream of rubbish starts in the line towards you. Get to work. Open the panel on the side. Try and cut the cable. Leave the machine alone and walk away. I'm just gonna get to work. I can't fix it. You can see why they put the new people on this job. No one else wants it. Even by the laws of averages, something must be on its way down. But no, it's rubbish. Just rubbish. You're just looking down at your hands, watching a scrap pass by on the conveyor. It's hypnotic, really. You get the feeling you might be missing something. Dead-eye average. Ah! You can see why this is a dangerous job. People doze off and stab themselves in the bits of metal coming down the belt. Shit. While you were daydreaming, you missed a big hunk of metal. Keep on work. The steady squeak, squeak, squeak of the rollers and the mind-numbing tedium starts to get to you. Even that unusually large squeak is hardly enough to get you to focus. Oh, for fuck's sake, why are we failing everything? You've got the nagging sense that you must have missed something. Maybe you dozed off. Whatever, how important could it be? I'm not even going to be, like, able to go for silver if I can't succeed at this task, right? It's almost hypnotic, really. Like when you're getting into your work and the moments fly past, only the opposite. These moments crawl like the last bits of sludge dripping from an old world oil barrel. You manage a feat of tremendous will. And keep your focus at a perfect pitch, not too intent, not too vague, and you snatch the passing hunks of steel without them dragging you off balance. Job well done. We did an absolute shit job. God damn it. Tempted to reload that. The work must be finished or else you wouldn't be here chatting, would you? The job you asked me to do, it's done. Did you now? Wonderful. Let's take a look. Alright, here we go. He rubs his hands together like a kid getting ready to open a present. He checks your bin and grimaces. This is not great. Actually, it's pretty bad. I'm afraid I can't recommend you work with us. It's a miracle you didn't get yourself hurt in the belt, honestly. Looks like it's time to get you started on the next test. If you like danger, this is the one for you. Our silver class are the ones who patrol our streets and our borders. They protect us from danger inside and outside our walls. He nods at the woman entering the hall. This will be your trainer, Irma Wakefield. G'day Irma, this is Jess. They're here for their assessment. Jess, if you have any questions from Irma, now's the time to ask. What, so I'm supposed to suck at bronze and suck at gold, silver, so I do well at gold? Because maybe they don't even bother testing you for a higher level if you succeed at the lower ones. She carries herself with a relaxed confidence, as if she's used to being obeyed. Her movements are quick and economical, her muscles wiry and well-defined. Her cutting eyes betray a cold humour. So you're the fresh meat then? Yes, fresher than a dead roo. I've been slinging bullets professionally for a fair number of years, for the record. I'm a new recruit, yes. Don't know if I'd say fresh. Lovely seasoned, maybe? Uh-huh. Look, I'll crack the jokes around here if you don't mind. All kidding aside... Oh, she's the Wakefield. I just noticed. I'm here to make sure all that talk of you being hot shit out in the world is true. I never said I was hot shit. You're not ranked silver yet. That means you're going to be holding back, offering support, and most importantly, not getting in the way of the professionals. You're one step above an observer here. Got it? Wonderful. Now's the time to ask your questions. Your name's Wakefield? In Kalgoorlie, it's more like a job title. Someone here tells you their name, you know what it is they do for a living. Well, mostly anyway. Wakefields are named after one of the founders of the city. Real badasses, history says. So yes, I'm a Wakefield. I'm the one they send in when they need to make sure the job's done right. Why? A bloke named James Wakefield wiped out a town I was in. Hope you're not carrying a grudge about it, because mate, no chance you'll walk away from a bluey with him. I'm not saying this because I have any loyalty to him. The J-Crash of Wakefielders are smiley-faced wankers out in the world. Wait, so you even get a first name given to you? Ugh. They turn into dingoes in a kindy. Dingoes in a kindy? If he hears you're looking for him, he'll make sure to find you first. What does ranked silver even mean? It means you're in pink shape. It means you know how to use force, and more importantly, when to use it. We're not a fucking mob, right? We have rules and regulations, but at their base, all of them come down to one simple principle. Do whatever it takes to protect Kalgoorlie. What's the mission today? Informant gave us a hot tip. Apparently some malcontents plan to raise a bit of a ruckus. They're holed up at an old mine shaft, so we reckoned we'd have the party at their place instead. Everything goes well, we'll bring some of them in for questioning. Easy enough, so no need to worry about your skin. Okay, do you know anything about these malcontents? Not yet. I'll be getting a briefing package on the way to the site. If you're still curious, ask then. Most of the time it won't affect what you're going to be doing, so no worries on that score. So what exactly am I going to be doing then? Stand around and look decorative? Or maybe take initiative if it becomes necessary. You're backup, mate. That means you use discretion. If things are going to shit, you step in. Otherwise, butt out. What if you need my help? It's part of the mission. Seeing how you make decisions in crisis, though we dearly hope it doesn't come to that. Okay, I'm ready to go. I want to save before we do that. Wonderful, we'll head to the hideout. We'll brief ball there. Oh, I'm not going to save. Everyone's here? Grand. Let's get this rolling then. Asher, Quinn, this is the new testee. They're here for a silver evaluation. It holds up a hand to foster what must be an inevitable interjection. Yeah, I know. We all think it's straight nuts to let outsiders into silver. But we're not gold, are we? We don't give orders, we take them. So let's just suck it up and get the job done. He follows Asher Page, a thorough once-over. Sorry, he gives you a once-over. Kind of insultingly long one, really. Reckon as long as they can follow orders and stay out of our way, we're solid. Quinn Sumner. She thoughts. After that last fucker decided to go all Ned Kelly on a domestic, I'll be happy if we can keep the body count in the low double digits. Is you finished yet, or can I give the briefing? After a moment of silence, she continues. Right, we're looking at 4 bronze perps in here. Yep. They're not afraid to get physical. The charge is public corruption and bribery, so they know what's waiting for them. If we can take them alive, it's a bonus, but I'm not counting on it. So when the action starts, do not be waving your magic tits around without clearly assessing the situation first. Got it? I don't even know what that means. Right, it's go time. Any questions? You have a chat to these people before kicking the door in? That's not my job. Safety of the community is my job. I'm assuming the high muckety mucks have done their diligence because they shouldn't be calling me for anything but danger. I get that, but look, can we take a moment to talk this out first? You feel that strongly about it, huh? Sure, I'll hear you out. But if you don't convince me, I've got a report that you tried to break chain of command. You want to take that chance? I won't take the hit if necessary, but I want to be sure. All right, Rook, say what you got to say. How reliable is the tip that dobbed this crowd in? Have you ever followed up on one of these raids to verify the truth? Have you ever followed up? Why should I? We're all pulling it for the same end. Justice and a more perfect society. I figure it's the court's job once I'm done. The court's of the coroner. Yeah, but what if these people are right and you're killing them because the upperties don't want these people getting in their way? How often do you get called in for this kind of action? Do you think you might get them to surrender voluntarily instead of risking their lives and yours? I'm not much of a talker, to be honest. Be a risky proposition either way. How reliable was the tip? No clue, mate. Look, the job is get orders, go to the location, rectify the situation, take prisoners. It's not ask questions. A system like this only works when everyone's honest and diligent. It doesn't hurt to verify on occasion. Not everyone's as committed to the jobs as you are. Lives are at stake. We should be thorough. Sure, but don't you think it'd make you feel better to know that you're not harming innocents? I don't know that she cares about that. Get sarcastic. No one can blame you for just taking orders, right? So much easier to kill someone if you don't have to listen to a whine first. She nods. Yeah, fair point. But then I think about how I'd feel if some drongo came and double-checked every bit of work I do. Thing is, you've got to trust other people are competent and honest, right? Otherwise, where do you stop? You check your orders all the time, you start looking paranoid. That's also fair. You're literally wielding the power of life and death for these people. That should absolutely be your concern. The whole point of your job is to make Kalgoorlie better, right? If you're now innocent, a rosy experience for everyone. Look, I don't know how much you understand Kalgoorlie, but we're an actual society here. It means we need to trust each other, and I don't want a reputation for being a malcontent. Relying on trust is a fantasy, not a society. An actual society recognises human nature and has checks built in. I mean, you're a cop, you know how people are. Yeah, I do. Mostly shitty, if we're to be honest. But mate, I've been raised my whole life to take orders. What you're suggesting, it's hard. Don't get me wrong, I'm thinking about it. Got anything else? How often do you get caught in for this kind of action? Something like this? Not daily, if that's what you mean. Maybe weekly. And now that I think about it, that's more than we used to. She taps someone else thinking. Might be worth looking into why. That's it. I'm done. You convinced? She pauses before answering. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, we'll try it your way. And your reward for convincing me is you get to chat with a bunch of armed and crazy yobbos. Asher, Quinn, change of plan. Rock here's going to try talking. Oh, this is so not going to go well. I'm going to die. She hisses, get to it, Rook. We'll be on all day. If it takes too long, we're going in. Knock on the door. Say nothing. Oh, you open up. Fuck it. Kick the door in. Be polite about it. You hear muffled voices behind the door, getting louder as they approach the door. Ugh, who can it be now? Now, just on the other side, a suspicious woman's voice speaks. Who are you? What do you want? Long story. Don't be alarmed, but I'm trying to hold off a raid by talking to you first. What is the best way to go about this? Any chance you can open the door so we can talk? But then she's going to see all these people. Let's be upfront. Fuck, I knew it. You're going to murder us all. It'd be pretty fucking stupid to knock if that was our plan. So why are you here then? What do you want? I wanted to know why we got sent here. What did you do? You've got my word that if you surrender peacefully, we'll make sure you get real justice. Look, just open the door and surrender. We don't want to hurt you. No, why? What we did business, that's all. Yeah, and then we dared question high and mighty gold. She murmurs, time's running out, Rook. Best wrap it up before I take over. Do you know who that gold was? What did you question the gold about? Don't know his name for sure. Dome, maybe? He's been there a while, but this was the first time we'd dealt with him direct. Middle-aged, pale skin, brown eyes, husky voice. Sorry, but the voice makes it difficult. You've got one more shot. I get one more question, and it's not going to help the situation, but I want to know who is setting them up. What did you question the gold about? We're traders in the market, right? Not like fancy outside the walls trade or anything, but basic market. The city gets a 10% cut of our take. Only this time, as we're setting up, the clerk said our spot's rate bumped up to 15%. So Billy asked for a copy of the rate sheet and a receipt so we could show why our revenue was down. Bloke got mad as a cut snake, wanted to know why his word as a goal wasn't good enough. Billy just said we needed proof that we weren't drinking our profits. He says, sure, he'll get us our receipt. He'll send it over special, along with his rate sheet. I told him I'll give him the extra when we see the sheet, and not till then. He calms down real fast and says, fine. Tells us to pay up and go straight home, and he'd send us what we need. And surprise, surprise, we get a fucking wakeful on our doorstep. So you thought we might come by? Thought? More like expected. Everyone knows that the system's rigged. You just hope you don't run across one of the blokes taking advantage of it. Right, we're going in. I can make this work, please. One more then, that's it. You've got my word that if you surrender peacefully, we'll make sure you get real justice. You can't make out the details of the hurried, hushed conversation behind the door, but you can hear the resolve in Billy's voice. You've convinced us, mate. We're going to trust you. We've got no weapons, coming out with our hands up. She hisses out of breath. Holy shit, Brock, you did it. You actually did it. Because they're not bad people. Pushing off from the rule, she says, guess it's time to get them to jail. And after that, we need to talk. Oh my god, I'm gonna subvert the entire system of Kalgoorlie. Oh, that was just the first step, guys. Right, that's settled then. Time for a post-mortem. Oh my god, use magic to keep people in here? Fact is, I'm impressed as all hell, Rook. You got us our targets and kept us out of harm's way. She pauses, gathering her thoughts. But I'm thinking about what they said about that gold. If what they say is true, I've got a duty to cut out that corruption. Hell, I swore an oath. Damn straight you did, Irma. But if we dig deeper into what they said, we might be throwing ourselves into the path of that shit train. Someone with the pull to send my squad after his enemies is no one to fuck with. Well, can I do the gold test and see if I can get myself to gold? Then I can have that kind of pull? What should I do? I said before, the people of Kalgoorlie need to know the truth no matter the cost. You took an oath to protect those who need it. Got to honour that for yourself, if no one else. Find out who's been responsible for putting your crew in harm's way. They can't get away with that. Mate, your job's done. Grab a pint and let the courts figure it out. Okay, 2 or 3. They took an oath to protect those. I mean, she even said that she took an oath. For yourself, if no one else. She thinks about it for a moment. You're goddamn right. Someone's got to do something. You know, you've got a pretty decent eye and a better mind. After you've wrapped up whatever it is Keen wants, maybe you'd like to help me get to the bottom of this. Actually, I'm intrigued. I would like to help you, Irma. Head on over to the Metropole Hotel for your gold test. Okay. I can't talk to anybody. I'm sorry that you're here. I'll do my best for you. Add a few more grapes and something. And you're... Where did they go? I don't know where they just disappeared to. I hope they're not dead. That's awkward. That's real awkward. Got a hard save after that success. Where was the hotel? Ah, over there. Better yet, where's the entrance to the hotel? Here? Here. Actually, just go here. I need to get some water first. Okay, Simone is doing the test. Oh, that lovely lady to the right. Beautiful. Great. So glad that she gets to do the test. Hi. Keen tells me you're keen to be a protected member of society. Very well. Let's begin. Yeah, I know your name. She speaks gently but with a fussy tone. I'm privileged to be one of the directors at Kalgoorlie's Future, and I'll be discussing a range of topics with you to assess your fitness for our class. I want you to answer honestly, not what you think I wanted to hear. Unfortunately, as usual, my colleague Lester Graffin is running late. Someone mentioned him, actually. I don't remember what it was in context to, though. So we'll begin without him, and perhaps he'll grace us with his presence eventually. What can you tell me about this Graffin fellow? Young, impetuous, prone to bursts of outrage. But I repeat myself, don't I? All of this is the province of the young, and with time and wisdom we mellow. I expect the same from him. Otherwise, he may find himself in a less demanding line of work. Don't most people in Kalgoorlie have names that describe their jobs? Mine do. We are a society that values thought and philosophy. Those of us who lead take names of influential thinkers of the past and study what we can of their work. It's our burden and our honour to carry that work into the future. I chose Simone de Beauvoir and Mary Midgley. Okay, let's get on with it. Wonderful. Let's chat about reason first. Some hold that only statements that can be empirically verified are meaningful. How would you respond? I do understand the question. Where's the third option? She considers you for a moment. No, I don't think so. It's perfectly clear. If you can't answer the question, please just say so. I understand the question! God fucking damn it! What the... What? How is that fair? Me as a human being, I understood the question. God damn it. In that case, I do apologize for wasting your time. I'll let Keen know. Good day. What the hell? This man walks in with a spring in his step. His voice is a friendly bass. Sorry I'm late. Unavoidable, really. If you say so. Hi, I'm Lester Graffin. Have I missed anything? I'm exercising my veto. Completely unsuitable for our class, I'm afraid. Well, that's a pity. I'll be happy to continue the convo regardless. I'll catch up with you later, Midgley. Ta. He watches his colleague walk out the door, and when he's sure she's gone, he shrugs and says, So you failed to impress Simone. That's true of lots of people. Me, for instance. Though she didn't give me the hard veto. Tell me, what did you say no to? I didn't understand what she was asking me. No wuckers. So you're not joining the Golds. It's not like it's honest work anyway. Huh, he's even aware of it. He laughs a bit self-consciously. We've seen plenty of other work available around here anyway. So what are you in from? Where are you in from? A little town at west called Brookton that got wiped out by raiders. Turns out they were from Kalgoorlie. Yeah, pull the other one, mate. His eyes widen as he watches your reaction. You're not joking, are you? That's fucking monstrous. Dude, there's like 4 places that have been destroyed. I knew Kev was bringing people in from the outlying towns. I didn't know he was ordering massacres. I'm going to look into this shit and put a stop to it if I can. Please excuse me. I'm going to go get that gentleman killed. Whoops. Get your final results from Justin Keen. Well, it's obvious I'm going to be silver. Can we go see Irma? That's going to be a more interesting conversation. Much more interesting conversation. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. Plato. Yeah, that's true. It is what you do with the knowledge that's important, not the knowledge itself.